How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Pound Technology YouTube channel. My name's Denny, and today we're going to be doing a little comparison between our SNES HD Link cable and some other cables out on the market. Now, before we begin, I'd like to point out that this is obviously the Pound Technology YouTube channel, so I might be a little bit biased in the review. That said, we're going to be comparing video footage side by side, so everything that I point out is something you'll be able to observe for yourself. Now, all the footage here is as it was recorded directly from the capture card. The only adjustments we made are to the image size so that the pixels line up for easier comparison. For repeatability, all the footage shown are of the intro or the demo scenes of the respective games. Now, some of these intros are rather long, so we're going to be putting timestamps in the description down below so that it's easy to jump between games. Now, this is going to be a rather long video because we're not going to be speeding up any of the footage, so that you guys can scrub through frame by frame if you like. I'm also going to be timestamping the conclusion so that you guys don't miss any tips at the end on how best to set up your cable. Now, without further ado,
let's just jump into it.
One of the best all-time racing games on the Super Nintendo. A personal favorite of mine, and one I spent countless hours of my youth on. This F-Zero intro is a really great showcase of the level of detail that is preserved even in a high-speed game such as this. Now, if we freeze here, as the car soars over the jump, you can see the individual lights of the city below. Compared to the same scene on the composite cable, you can see that the image is rather fuzzy by comparison. The component cable looks predictably good, and I'm quite proud to say that we're on par in this respect. Over the course of these intros, we'll be cutting between 3-up comparisons and side-by-sides. This is Final Fantasy III, or 6, depending on how you want to look at it. In this scene with the mechs walking, I'd like you guys to pay special attention to the colors here. We get a lot of complaints about how our colors are all wrong. The fact of the matter is that colors can be affected by a huge variety of factors, including the kind of outputs you choose to use, such as composite, RGB, etc., and which ports you use on the TV, once again, composite, component, or HDMI. All these factors can contribute to color variations. The TV itself can also introduce various color anomalies, as not every screen displays the same colors out of the box. For anyone who has shopped for a TV, you may have heard terms like dynamic range, sRGB color gamut, backlight bleed, and the like. All of these variables play a factor in how color is displayed by your TV, and there isn't really a correct color setting. This is the intro sequence for ActRaiser 2. This intro is just cool as hell and it showcases the amazing pixel graphics of the Super Nintendo. Of course, Turtles in Time is an arcade favourite. For this one, I'd actually like everyone to pay attention to the intro scene. Similar to the mech scene in Final Fantasy III, the colours can be affected by a variety of factors. One thing that's great about modern TVs is that most TVs now have some setting isolation between HDMI ports, which means that the settings that you have for one port will not affect the settings that you have on others. This means that you can have a setting specifically for your Super Nintendo without affecting your standard TV settings. In this sequence, you can see the difference in the sharpness of the text between composite, component, and our HD link cable. I don't have much more to add to this clip, so I'm simply going to let it run. Chrono Trigger. Another one of my favorites, and I think many would agree, possibly one of the greatest games of all time, regardless of console generation. I'm going to shut up for this one, so you guys can enjoy. So there it is. I'm quite proud to say that our HD Link cable gives the component cable a convincing run for its money. The reason we show these comparisons side by side is so that there's no question of the quality that you get from our products. While we have captured still images for comparison on our website, there's something just a bit more convincing about seeing the video quality side by side. As mentioned in some of the footage, if you're not happy with the initial color on your screen, you can actually change the color settings on your TV without affecting multiple HDMI ports. This means that you can set up a custom color profile for your SNES without affecting other consoles or ports on your TV. As always, any questions or comments can go in the comment section down below. And if you like today's content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us out. And that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one.